Hello, all the beautiful minds out there. Welcome to my channel. Hope you all are doing great. Okay, so in the last tutorial, I showed you 3 techniques of watercolor based on wet technique. In this tutorial, I will show you 3 more techniques wherein I will be using wet on wet as well as dry techniques. Okay, let me just show you here. See, in the last tutorial, we made this first, second and the last block using wet on wet technique, and in this tutorial we will be completing this block and this block using wet on wet as well as dry technique. So in this block we will be using wet on wet technique, and in this block we will be using dry techniques. I'm really sorry I had to make this video when I was done with my tutorial, because apparently I forgot to make it earlier, so pardon me guys. And by the way, I am using this Canson 300 GSM sheet, watercolor sheet, A4 size. So now it's all up to you. You can use any sheet you want, but preferably 300 GSM because it absorbs water very well, and the blending and the colors are really perfect. See, as you can see, the colors have come out so well, and the blending is so smooth. So for the rest of the materials required, you can check out in the description below. And now let's get started. In this block, I am demonstrating the wet on wet technique using which we can create moody skies. So at first, we apply water in the desired area and spread it uniformly. Make sure you use the right amount of water and not overflow it. Before applying the pigment, make sure the portion is wet completely and no dry areas are left. And once you are done applying the water, then we can apply pigments. Here I am using orange and yellow gambiage. You can use any 2 colors, preferably 2 contrasting colors, because it will look prettier, I guess. So here I've used orange, and first of all you apply orange on the top edge of the wet area, and then slowly let it blend and flow automatically with the flow of the water that you have applied earlier. Now we draw some random orange strokes for creating the dramatic or the moody sky that we have decided to create. So here I am pulling some strokes, and then you just have to let it flow and blend with the water that we have applied. You can control the flow of the water by moving your paper as shown in the video. Okay, it might happen that the water gets dried up, so don't worry, you can apply water in the dried area later on and then apply the other pigment, whichever you want to choose. Now here I will apply the water and let it flow upwards, as you can see, by tilting my sheet, just to make the orange color flow more naturally, because I thought the orange color is making some kind of a blotchy effect which I don't want in my area. So here it goes, and now it has, I guess I'm happy with my outcome. You can add more pigment if you're feeling that the pigment is becoming lighter, and let it flow automatically again. See, this is the way I'm putting my pigment and letting it flow, and here we go. Now we apply gamboge yellow and tilt the paper to make it flow automatically and blend with the orange like this way. See how it is blending with the orange, and look, the area is still wet. because this whole process is based on wet technique, so you have to make sure that your area is wet. And here the yellow is getting blended with the orange and looks pretty. You can also remove color from the areas where you don't want them, as shown here. Make sure you lift the pigment when the area is still wet. Now in this block, I will demonstrate how to blend colors using dry technique. You can use any color. Here I have made an aqua green tone mixing blue, green and a little white. Apply the color uniformly in a horizontal manner as shown, and then wash your brush and blend the color using the wet brush. Okay, now you can repeat this process till you are satisfied with the blending. And how will you get to know that? You will get to know this when no further line marks are formed, or let's say when it appears smooth. So here I'm applying another layer, and now I guess it's smooth. Now we'll move on to our last block. In this last block, we will learn another dry technique which is really helpful in making water bodies. For example, let's say ocean. Now you must have seen a calm ocean. Isn't it peaceful? And the light that reflects from its surface lifts its beauty to another level, isn't it? So here I've used Prussian blue and I've mixed pigment and water, and make sure that the mixture is not in excess amount. You can remove the excess amount by using a cloth. You don't want excess color, else the pattern will not be formed. Apply the color in a horizontal manner as shown, and be very careful because you don't want to apply high pressure or more pressure, you can say. If you apply more pressure, then the pattern will not be formed. Keep the pressure as light as possible, and here is the pattern. Once you are done, then you can add details. For example, here I have added a setting sun and few clouds. You guys can add your own details. Also, I have added details in the other blocks just to make them look more pretty. Point to be noted, I have used dry technique to make the sun and the clouds. Now I am adding a boat, and oh yes, I added a tree and few birds in the block next to this block, as you can see. Well, as I told you earlier, you can add your own details and even leave it as it is. So it's all up to you. I am now going to fast forward the little detailings, alright? So, we are done with our techniques. I have tried my best to keep the video beginner friendly. Hope you liked it. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Meet you guys in the next video. Till then, keep creating and take care. Bye-bye.